So we're now live, mate.
We are now live.
Let me give you a couple of seconds and I'll switch your microphone on, Pierce. You get used to me, don't you?
I do.
Testing. Say something, Pierce.
Well, I'm your roving reporter
Good afternoon.
on College Green.
Excellent stuff. So if you stay there, Pierce, so good evening all. My name is Wendell Daniel and welcome to StreetMic. And today we are coming to you live and direct from outside of Westminster, where a vote will soon be taking place which may secure or get rid of the blonde bombshell Boris Johnson. And I have a well-known person in front of me. Do you want to introduce yourself, sir?
Yes, I'm Piers Corbyn, leader of the UK Live
So, Piers,
party and campaign organisation.
So, Piers, good evening, sir. Why are you down here in front
Well, I'm here having a look and to address all these mainstream media here, and I did that with a megaphone just now, and called them all hypocrites. You see, what's going to happen today? We know what's going to happen today. Boris will scrape home. He will carry on as a lame duck Prime Minister with organised chaos or disorganisation, more to the point, in the United Kingdom. And you have to ask yourself, why do the mainstream media present actually the truth on this? Whereas you see, they tell us complete lies about many other things. Like we know man-made climate change doesn't exist, but they propagate it. We know that the various measures they've taken on what they call certain illnesses around have caused more deaths than the illness itself. So they propagate lies on that. So why are they propagating this view that politicians are useless and imbeciles? Now the reason is, of course, that the New World Order, the New World Tyranny, the programme for which they support, wants everyone to realise that our politicians are useless because they want to replace them with a new world tyranny. They want a world government. They want a new order to be brought into the chaos.
Piers, let's talk about...
But this happened in Germany before the First and Second World War.
Let's talk about the issues before us today, and that is the no confidence vote in Boris Johnson. Was you surprised this morning when it was announced that sufficient MPs had signed the letter, handed it in, and there's going to be a vote today? Was that a surprise?
Well, I knew it was going to happen at some point. A surprise at that time? I don't know. You see, the Tory party is the most sophisticated electorate in the world, and all of them will be, thinking about what's their next vote going to be. And I wouldn't be surprised if Boris's people actually triggered this themselves because they want him to be able to limp on rather than not. If they left it until after the 23rd of June, when Tories might get trounced into by-elections, then there might be more of a move to get rid of him. So, I think that is what they are doing, and but I think again you've got to think why is all this pantomime happening? And it is because the New World Tyranny want to present it like that. You see, what happened in Germany before the war, the 1930s, there was a massive wave of nihilism against corrupt politicians and the disorder which they presented. And Hitler came forth and said he wanted order, and people did want that. And they knew the powers that be behind the World Economic Forum, they want that chaos to be turned into order for them.
It has been reported today that during the meeting that was held in the Houses of Parliament with Boris and his MPs, that he said if the same thing would happen again, he'll conduct himself in exactly the same way, and that has pissed a lot of people off.
Did he say that?
No, that's what's been reported, and it's been spoken about throughout the news whilst I was coming up here. So what do you have to say about his arrogance in saying that if it should happen again, he would do it again?
Well, interesting. It is arrogance, of course, but you see, he knows that the general population are now pretty disrespectful of all the COVID measures anyway. So, a lot of them don't care a damn he held a party, because a lot of them held illegal parties. I would have supported all illegal parties I could find. I don't care that Boris held illegal parties. The issue is he lied to Parliament. He lied, he broke the ministerial code. So for that reason, he should resign. But whoever replaces him,
can I
they have
challenge
to
you?
resign
As
as
you
well.
know, I like to challenge you. I want to challenge you on
Okay.
this. Boris has stated that he didn't knowingly break any rules. Therefore, in not knowingly doing something, that means there was no intention. Therefore, if there was no intention, he did not break the rules. But what the issue is for resigning and breaking the ministerial code is that he's the first sitting Prime Minister to get that fine. That is the issue.
Oh, okay. Well, I would be perfectly clear that he would have been absolutely clear that he knew what he was doing, and he deliberately broke the rules, expecting he could get away with it, because he knows, and we all know, that there's no such thing as the pandemic anyway, and they're just doing this in order to impose restrictions, not to control a virus, but to control you.
But Piers, thank you very much, and I've no doubt I will engage with you later on this evening.
You will.
But you did say you are going, but you'll
Well, we're
be
going,
back
yeah.
for
You
later
can
on.
phone me up. We'll do something later on. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you as normal, Piers, and I look forward
And
to
big up StreetMic.
Thanks a lot, Piers. So that's Piers Corbyn, and I'll take my mic off you, Piers.
Oh.
I've left it on you once
I
before,
know.
innit?
And I was walking around with it.
Excellent stuff. Let me find a few more people to interview. Where's Steve? Oh, he's a good interviewee. This one here. Come here. I know you are. You want Mr.
Corbyn, hello.
I do.
Hello, sir.
Yes, hell, yeah.
Hey, StreetMic LiveStream. Can I interview you as normal? So he's a good interviewee, this one. I've interviewed you. See, everyone knows me, man.
Yeah, we talked before.
Huh? Did I rough you up before?
Yeah, we talked before.
Am I going to rough you up now? So if you look into the camera,
You wouldn't dream of doing that.
so if you move back a bit, yeah. So can you hear me well?
Sorry, who are you again?
So my name is
I'm joking, of course I can.
So my name is Wendell Daniel from StreetMic, and what attracted me is the placard you're carrying that Boris is guilty as hell. What makes you think he's guilty?
Oh, I think everybody in the country knows he's guilty. I don't think I feel I need to answer that question.
No, I want your reasons to support your belief that Boris is guilty.
Oh, I'm very firm in my belief that Boris Johnson is as guilty as hell. He has lied to the nation on so many times. But I tell you what, I'm going to put aside all the Partygate, all the nonsense, all the lies he's talking. I'm going to talk about one lie. I'm just going to talk about one lie.
Just one?
Just one, because it's probably his biggest lie, and it's actually a lie that resonates so much with me. Because I am Irish.
Aye.
I'm Irish, right?
Aye.
Okay, I'm a proud Irish man, and I'm proud of the history of my country, and I'm proud that we've had 23 years of peace in my fucking country, and
Do
that...
not swear on StreetMic, and I apologise for all of those who this uncultured gentleman has just sworn.
Okay, I withdraw the swear word, but I want to try and demonstrate the passion that I have for peace in my country. And we, as I said to you, we've got peace in Northern Ireland for 23 years. This man Johnson, this man who's guilty as hell, who is pictured here behind bars, because he should be in prison, really. Don't you agree? And he has gone to Northern Ireland and he lied to the people of Northern Ireland, and he said there would be no checks and Brexit would be a panacea for all the problems of the world. And of course, it was a huge lie, and now the peace process is threatened, and it's actually hanging by a thread. And we've had some outbreaks of violence in Northern Ireland over the last year that could easily reappear. He's threatening to undermine the peace process further this week. He's threatening to revoke the protocol. What sort of a man is that brings back the prospects of violence back onto a piece of the UK mainland, Northern Ireland? What do you think?
I won't give you my opinion. Excuse me. I won't give you my opinion on those issues because as you know, I try, T-R-Y, to be an impartial journalist. But what is funny for me is that on the 24th of July, 3 years ago, I stood just down there when Boris Johnson became the leader of the Conservative Party, and when he became the leader, everyone knew how dodgy he was. Everyone knew he was a liar, he was a cheat, he was a womanizer, and he has continued in that same vein. But what I can't understand is why people love Boris so much, because he think he's Teflon.
Boris Johnson considers himself untouchable because he has so much money in the Tory party, and so much of it comes from big business, but it also comes from Russian oligarchs. I think it's very strange that dozens of MPs have taken money from Russian oligarchs, MPs, and that millions of pounds have flowed into the Tory party. What sort of influence do you think millions of pounds buys you for the Tory party? It buys you a lot of influence. Peerages.
Money buys you influence and power.
It certainly does, and it has corrupt. There's nothing like the phrase absolute power corrupts absolutely, and I think that is the hallmark of the Tory party and Boris Johnson. But I will tell you something else that's really shocked me recently, and it's the treatment of the security staff and the cleaners in number 10 Downing Street. And Sue Gray picked up on this, and she said that the staff there were actually mistreated. Can you imagine, highly paid civil servants, custodians of our government, making the laws, mistreating the cleaners and the security staff? What sort of background, what was going through their head? I know it was filled with booze and probably other things as well, but what sort of people do that can be at the heart of our government? It tells me just how rotten our government is.
Really is,
And, I have to say that the cleaners weren't just treated like third-rate citizens. They were treated like a piece of dirt.
What are you hoping will happen? Because I believe the time is now 6 o'clock, and the Tory MPs will be starting to vote on that motion. What do you personally want to see as the outcome at about 9 p.m. this evening?
I actually hope Mr. Johnson wins. You might be surprised at that answer.
And give me your reasoning.
I hope he wins by about 5 or 6 votes, because he would be so tarnished. I think, but I'd like him to continue on in office for another month or 2 or 3 perhaps, and more scandals will engulf him, more scandals will engulf the Tory party, and I think his resignation, whenever it comes, he would be an utter disgrace, and he would be toughed it out, and people will be around the country will be so glad that he went. Today, after the Jubilee, it kind of feels a bit rushed, and I'd like him to suffer for another couple of weeks.
What I want you to do is to think of the country. Is it good that a corrupt Prime Minister who has zero integrity should continue to lead, if he wins, by a short amount for a few weeks?
I think the answer to that is very simple. He brings disrepute into his party and into the government that he leads. And while the country may suffer short term, long term, the country will benefit from getting rid of Johnson and the vast majority of his corrupt cabinet. And that is my hope.
And if that does occur, what do you think will be happening to the Good Friday Agreement, which was negotiated under the Blair government in '97? Do you think an incumbent will be supporting what's currently occurring in Ireland?
I think a new leader and a new way of thinking in the Tory party, I think they will understand and they will respect the Good Friday Agreement. We have to remember that the Good Friday Agreement has 5 signatories to it. It's the British, the Irish, it's also the Americans and the EU. So President Biden is not a fan of anybody breaking the Good Friday Agreement. So I think that if the British government wants to get a trade deal with America and bring the benefits that may come, they have to respect the laws that they signed up to. And there's no question about it. But the British government's reputation is trashed around the world. Nobody's going to trust their diplomats. Nobody's going to trust any agreement that they may sign until Johnson and his cronies are gone. So so in short, I actually feel a little bit of hope. I feel a little bit of hope, and maybe I should start smiling here, because I actually see a lot of good down the track happening to the UK government, to our country. I think we will have a change of government within 2 years. I'm really looking forward to that, and probably for the last year of the Tory government, we might get some decent policies. They might do some decent things. There is a chance they just might do it.
Final point. If the vote is successful tonight, and if Boris is removed, what would you like to see? Who would you like to see as the new leader emerging?
I think that's a really, really tough question, because so many of the front runners of the Tory party are really corrupt. So I would struggle to answer that question. Perhaps you can help me.
I've no doubt I'll leave that to someone else.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Yeah. You ain't going to get me to give my opinion on these issues, even though I give you my opinion. I used to like Boris. I thought he was nice, but he's a dodgy git. And he's destroyed our great country. Let me just get Steve.
Where do you show your videos?
I'm live streaming, sir. I don't video.
Oh, don't you? Sorry.
No problem. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, he's... No. I've got no problem with that, sir. I'll find you a card if there's some here. There was.
It's topical.
Where did you get it? Did you buy it? You make it?
No, it's a song by a band called Cunt and the Gang.
Can I take a picture?
Let me get Steve down there.
Behind bars. So, alright, let's go.
Wait a bit. Wait a minute. No, stay there.
I'm going. If you want to comment, no, because we'll probably still be in the meeting. But if you want to comment on the phone, you can ring me.
Yeah, I'll do that later. So you're not going to come back tonight at all?
Well, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah. I'll ping you later on.
You've got my number, right?
Yeah. I'll ping you later on.
Out of your ear.
That's not mine.
That bag, that white bag there.
I don't smoke, mate.
Well, he dropped that from your ear. I just saw it. That white thing.
Anyone got the lights?
Fall on the ground.
It's probably phone there. I don't smoke. That's a, what's it called, the thing on the end?
Alright.
Thanks a lot, Piers, yeah? You look in, my darling. Who's down there? Who's down there? Boris. So, good evening, my friend. How are you feeling today being down here outside of Westminster?
Well, I'm here for the vote of no confidence. And to be perfectly honest, I think he will survive because, but the only good thing is if he survives, it's going to cause more damage to the Tory party and cause the downfall of the party. But yeah.
But isn't that good that if he does survive, he's going to destroy the Tories?
Yeah, that would be a good thing if it happens. And if he goes, who else is going to replace him?
Let's wait for Steve to finish this.
Yeah.
There's Steve. Now listen.
Tory liars! Quasi Quartan! Liar! Liars! The Tory party! Lies, lies, lies! And more lies!
That's Steve Bray, and he's well known. and he dislikes Boris and his lying, cheating colleagues. And in the background, up there, the BBC and all the big broadcasters are. So that's all the big broadcasters, and they're being disrupted today. So let's catch an interview with Steve Bray about.
Johnson out! Tories out!
What time you called this man? It took me 2 hours to get here, man.
Corrupt Tories out! Liars! Cheats! Charlatans! And fraudsters! Tories out! Mr. Kwarteng.
Who's interviewing? What's that, the BBC there, or?
I'm not sure.
Steve, I've no doubt you give a much better interview than the BBC, so...
No, I wouldn't have said that.
And so step forward, Steve. So, Steve...
Yeah, this is going to have to be quick.
It'll be quick, yeah. So tell me, how are you feeling today, knowing that no confidence vote is currently taking place?
Well, it should have taken place 2 years ago. That's the problem. The problem we got is people like this. There's Kwasi Kwarteng there. They lie day in, day out. They cheat. Who's better off? None of us. They promised you the earth with Brexit, and shit is what you got.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve.
Cheers.
So as we can see in the background, a well-known MP has just been interviewed by, I believe it's one of the big broadcasters, it's probably the BBC or someone. So I'm now going to follow Steve as he does.
Hello, how are you? Mr. Kwarteng, seriously? People are not going to believe you at all. You've lost all credibility, Mr. Kwarteng. You're the business secretary, you're the minister for business. Why do you keep lying to people? Come on. Stop lying.
So that's the business secretary just setting off in his ministerial car.
Hit his head on the door.
So did you make him hit his head on the door, Steve?
Well, he did that, but you know, at the end of the day, the man is a liar. He backs a liar. Back a liar, lose your job. Simple as that.
Yeah. So let's continue with our interview, which we started a few moments ago.
Yes.
So you were saying, let's start again. So now you're out here. There's a vote taking place tonight. How are you feeling?
Well, I have an impression when Boris Johnson is going to survive. I was actually listening to the Italian journalist, because Italian is my mother tongue, on Bray, and he was thinking he's going to survive. The only good outcome, if he survives, is that he's going to make more and more damage to the Tory party, because a lot of traditional Tories don't want nothing to do with Boris Johnson for the wanton way in which, he behaved, for Partygate, showing total disrespect towards the relative of people, who died during COVID on their own while Boris Johnson was simply partying. And he lied and lied and lied. On the other hand, this Boris Johnson goes, who on earth is going to replace him? Because there is not really good material to replace him. Imagine somebody like Nadine Dorries is going to replace him. Like Liz Truss, they're absolutely useless. And they're going to do more damage than anything to the Tory party. So I hope the Tory party is actually toast, basically. So.
Excellent, that's normal, thank you very much.
Okay.
And I've no doubt I will catch up with you again later on.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just taking my microphone back, because I know you like to nick my microphone.
Oh, absolutely, I love nicking things.
So
like
you're
a
back down
Tory
here
party.
on Wednesday for PMQs?
Yeah.
Do you reckon he'll be PM?
Let's see, it's not going to be Dominic Raab, but Raab is fucking useless anyway. So.
Yeah. So good evening all. Let me turn my microphone up a bit more. That should be... Were you going already, man? Speak to you later. So good evening all. My name is Wendell Daniel and welcome to Street Mic, and we're coming to you live on direct from the Green here, where no confidence vote is currently taking place in the House against the current leader of the Conservative Party and the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson. I can't actually believe that I'm out here doing this, because on the 24th of July, 3 years ago, when Boris was elected and he became the leader of the Tory party, I must admit that I was happy, because I like Boris. I think he's fun, he makes me laugh, but as he became the leader, as he started to be Prime Minister, I was actually quite shocked and disbelief at his behaviour and conduct in public office. And, you know, during the COVID lockdown, so many tens and tens of thousands of people lost their lives, and they had to comply with so many rules and regulations. And what we have heard, because of the Sue Gray report, is that at number 10 down the street, which is just down the road, there were parties, there was wine and cheese, there was fun, and I cannot believe that a Prime Minister who is the leader of this country and who's meant to have integrity, the highest standards, he has broken all of the rules, and he is the first sitting Prime Minister to be fined by the police. And I'm just looking over here because there's some... So as soon as I've turned the camera, the noise has stopped. So, like I was saying, I can't believe that whilst so many families, bereaved families in this great country, had to comply with COVID rules, Boris and his friends at number 10 Downing Street, they were partying. And Sue Gray has made it quite clear they broke the rules. He broke the ministerial code, therefore he has to do the honourable thing and resign as the Prime Minister. Not only should he resign as the Prime Minister, he should get his backside out of office and resign as an MP, but I doubt that is going to happen tonight. And what is currently taking place is that the MPs are engaged in a secret ballot just over the road there, and around 9 o'clock this evening we will find out if Boris has survived or if he will be deposed. If he's been deposed, that's great. It's possible that Dominic Raab will be taking over tomorrow, and then there'll be a process to elect a new Prime Minister or new leader of the Labour Party. If that doesn't happen, he may continue depending on the number of votes he gets, but there's a lot of discontent within the Tory party. And, you know, I'm of the belief that if he does survive, and the evidence is suggesting that he will survive with a slim majority, therefore he will be a lame duck Prime Minister, and there will be rebellion and open warfare within the Tory party, and that is no good for democracy in this country. And there either has to be a clean win or he's gone. And yes, we do need to move on from this saga, And, you know, I'm shocked that Boris has yet to do the honourable thing and not tender his resignation, hand it in and leave office. And he has brought disgrace on this great country. And, you know, unusually I'm giving my opinion. I've met Boris Johnson in his official capacity as Mayor of London. I used to see him quite often when he went to Hendon as the Mayor, and he would be there when lots of police officers would be passing out. So, you know, I've seen him on many occasions. And one thing I would say is that when I saw Boris, there was an aura. The last person I can remember had a similar aura, and that was Tony Blair. But, you know, Boris is fun, but he's overstepped the mark. And he has no shame. He has no integrity. And when you have none of those, you must move on and let's bring someone who has credibility. But who takes over of the Conservative Party? I don't actually care, because I don't like the Tories. I'm a Labour supporter. That's not a secret, you get what I'm saying? But I try to be objective. So who leads the Tory party? For me, it's irrelevant. What I do want to see is someone with the utmost credibility. Let's go and hear Steve, because he's playing his music. And the shame, when he plays this music, social media companies block.
Your people's in there right now. What are they doing? And she's got married. She married a Gora, mate. Huh? That's racist. You can marry whoever you want. White people, brown people, doesn't matter. You said something really racist. Don't be racist, man. Yeah? That's racist.
When he said, are you...
What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? So what I'm now doing is panning around College Green, which is just outside of Parliament, so it's on the opposite side of the House of Lords, and this is where the broadcasters all come, the big boys, not the live streamers like me. They all get special dispensation and they pay big money to be able to go into this place. So these are all the big broadcasters, the ITVs, the BBCs, the Skies, and they've got a good backdrop, and you know they're all going live. Just have a look. So you got them there, but unusually there's not that many people down here today. I was expecting to see a few hundred reveling in the greatness that there is a no confidence motion against Boris, and he could be deposed in a couple of hours' time. So let's wait and see if that is going to be the outcome later on today. And for those of you who are watching, my name is Wendell Daniel from StreetMic, and we come into you live on direct from College Green, outside of the Houses of Parliament. And today is a very important day because there is currently a vote of no confidence taking place in the House, and all of the Tory MPs will be voting secretly, and they will be deciding whether Boris remains as Prime Minister. But I personally believe it's shameful what Boris has done. It is shameful because as the leader of this country, he hasn't set the standards of conduct that is required. He hasn't upheld the rules. And when a leader of a country fails in such basic duties, he or she has to do the right thing and hand in their resignation. So many have done it in the past. Let's wait and see tonight if Boris has the courage to do the same thing. And don't forget, if you like StreetMic, give me the thumbs up, make your comments down below, share and follow, because what we do best, we go onto the streets, we meet interesting people, and we have an engaging conversation with them about any topic. We've already had the chance to meet Piers Corbyn, Steve Bray, and some of the other rabble-rousers who are down at College Green waiting for the outcome of this secret ballot to be announced. Do. Good evening to all of you on the YouTube chat. I'm going to mention some of your names: Sunny Sparkles, Puritan, Andrew Parker, GB, Kahang, Let Freedom Ring, S. Bojo, Pete B, at Patrick, Jesus Jones, T-Man. I was getting feedback then. Good evening to all of you. Thank you for joining me tonight on StreetMic. We are at College Green down here, waiting for the results to be announced on the no confidence votes on Boris Johnson, and, you know, I'm going to capture in a moment some more interviews with people who are walking by, and, you know, at the moment it seems like quite a few of them are scared, but I'll do my normal thing and try and engage them in conversation. But when I signed off last night at Speaker's Corner, I did say I wouldn't be back for at least a week, and unknown to me that such a monumental decision had been reached by the Tory MPs, and when 54 had, at least 54 of them had sent in letters to Sir Graham Brady saying that they had lost confidence in the Prime Minister. So what is happening today is what I would describe as a historical moment. It's historical because nothing may happen, or something may happen. Regardless of the outcome today, it's historical, and what is important is that we are out on the streets capturing these types of events as they happen. I originally went down to where a statue was of William Churchill, and there weren't many people down there, so I decided to come down to this location where there are many more people and more activities taking place. And there is a sheer lack of people on the streets today. I was actually expecting hundreds to be down here, but that's not happening. And don't forget, if you like StreetMic, give me the thumbs up, make your comments down below, share and follow. So give me the thumbs, make your comments down below, share and follow. And what you must also do is switch on that notification bell on YouTube and Facebook so that every time we go live, you will be informed. So switch on that bell so that every time we go live, you will be informed. You know, what I'm going to do now is pan round and you can see what it's actually like to be do what we do. But these are the bigger boys. They're the BBCs, the Skies, the ITVs. And basically, as you can see, they're just waiting around for something to happen. Because there will be a wave of activity taking place around 9 o'clock when the final decision is due to be announced. But at the moment, nothing is actually taking place. So hello, Paul Essex. Hello, Irish Flame. They're all the people in the chat. Good evening, yet again, Monica Moon on Facebook. She says, Monica, I wonder what the results will be. I guess we don't need a crystal balls. And Monica says she's Windell's personal stalker. Thank you, and I hope you're going to ring me later on, but it has to be after this event has ended. Or if you want to ring me now, I'll put it on speaker and people can listen to our conversation. So Monica, if you want to ring me now, I'll put it on speaker and other people online can listen to what we're chatting. Good evening, Bridget R. Rock. So I can see Bridget R. Rock is watching as we come live and direct from College Green. And I hope, excuse me, I hope you all watched the video that I produced last week, or the live stream, when I had the opportunity to interview one of the few people who interviewed the president of Barbados. You know, that was a great opportunity for me to be invited by the High Commission of Barbados to live stream an event for them. Hold on, let's now go and see Steve. You're going to laugh. So I've just seen Gavin, my trainee sidekick, He's just arrived, and I'm going to introduce Gavin to you guys in a few moments because I like Gavin, and I'll tell you why if you've never met him in a few moments. Come. I'm going to introduce you as my sidekick today, man. You're my sidekick today.
Sidekick.
Let me put a microphone on you.
Give me. Sidekick.
I'm live streaming, man, so. So Gavin, if you look into the camera, so good evening all. And what I would like to do is introduce Gavin to you. And you know, I like Gavin, those of you who've never met him, I call him my sidekick. And the reason why I like Gavin, he's always getting nicked, he doesn't like the police, he is anti-establishment, he's the exact opposite to myself. So Gavin, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How are you?
I did see you earlier when walking down. So
you did see me earlier on and
did.
you didn't come and say hello?
I was having a little kip on the grass.
You was having a kip, what, in Cotton, what, down?
Yeah.
Oh, was you?
Yeah.
Because you did say to me that today you're going to be by Sir William Churchill's
Winston
statue.
Churchill, not William.
Let me change his name, man. Yeah, so you was going to be by Churchill's statue.
Yeah.
And when I didn't see you, I assumed you had been nicked.
No. No.
You hadn't?
No.
So tell me.
If I did, it would have been all over mainstream media probably.
Yeah, I know. But tell me, is this a joyful day for you today?
It is, because you know we all come together and take down Boris today. So it's about time Boris leaves.
Hold on, why? And you know I'm being devil's advocate, yeah? What? No. Why I'm interviewing? Why do you want to see Boris being taken down?
He's let the country down. He's lied and lied and lied and lied and lied at the dispatch box every single Wednesday.
But you know I try to challenge you to support whatever you're saying with evidence.
Yeah.
And I do it every week. What evidence do you have to give to StreetMic to demonstrate that Boris has lied to the country?
Look at the parties he was throwing, and they showed it on mainstream media.
He didn't throw the party, it was arranged by other people. So
he was in there having a drink.
He was in there.
Yeah.
So that's one.
And he could have said something about it, but he never.
But it was in his house.
His house is upstairs. It was in his office downstairs.
But he said he didn't know that it was a party.
Of course he knew. Of course he knew.
Do you reckon Boris actually gave Kerry and all of the others some money to go and buy cheese and wine at Tesco's just down the road?
It weren't from Tesco's, from M&S.
It was from M&S. Oh, sorry, slightly upper class. So you want to see Boris being deposed today, yes?
Yes, but I don't think it will happen. So
hold on.
He won't get. He'll stay in by the pinch of his teeth.
Yeah, but is that good if he stays?
No.
By the pinch of his teeth? Why not?
Because he'll keep on lying and laughing in our faces, and we need someone more better than him.
Yeah, but hold on, Gavin.
Go on.
You have elected, not you, the country has elected Boris Johnson through the democratic process.
Yep.
You know, they elected, see you later, Steve. So that's Steve, he's going.
You going home, Steve?
Are they going elsewhere? So let's come back. Gavin and Steve are the best of friends.
Yeah, bollocks.
And do not swear.
Sorry.
You have no class. So I was saying, look into the camera. Looking at the camera. What I've said, is that Boris has been democratically elected.
Yeah.
He is loved by the country.
Yeah.
Even though they know he's a womanizer, even though they know he's a liar, he's a cheat, he's still got the 80-seat majority. So they love him. Why should they get rid of him?
It's been on BBC News.
They should get rid of him because he's had his time now, he's lied. And it's about time someone else comes in, like Jeremy Hunt or something. So,
Hold on, are you telling me, yeah, that the previous Secretary of State, Jeremy Hunt,
yep.
you want to see him as the leader?
Well, he'd be a better leader than Boris, wouldn't he?
Yeah, but why Jeremy? Why not Pretty?
Because she's not beautiful enough. You don't get, do you? Pretty Patel? Beautiful, pretty?
I thought I misheard. So let's just summarise this, yeah. So
Go on.
What you are hoping tonight is that Boris is deposed.
Yep.
If he is deposed, then tomorrow
Justice!
there will be an electoral process.
Yep.
Justice for LUO Inspector!
Anyway, see you in a bit, guys.
Excuse me, sir. If you step forward and talk to StreetMic.
How we doing again, sir? How you doing?
Yeah. And let's clarify a few points first. If you put the microphone on.
We do that there, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I will not allow you to talk about something else. I'm not going there, and I'm telling you that clear. You know what I'm on about? We're talking about Boris today, not something else. Can we agree on that? If not,
yeah, we can, but at the end of the day, yeah, but what I'm going to say...
Hold on. I'll tell you why.
Yeah, go on.
I'll turn the microphones down.
Right, well, it's not crap, but...
Yeah, I'm talking about it.
No, fair enough.
Now you understand.
Yeah, I understand, yeah, and I appreciate what you're saying. 100%.
Yeah, so, sir, as normal, I enjoy engaging with you. Yeah, your sign is upside down.
Oh, there we go, sorry.
Yeah, so put it the right way. Yeah. So why do you want such a great person like Boris Johnson to be brought down?
Yeah, right. So I love your sarcasm there. Boris Johnson's a good person in his own mind, if he actually can remember where he left his mind. The man is a serial, proven liar. He's a criminal. He is involved in cronyism, corruption, and he is another word that begins with a C that I shall not say.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday, sir. Now, everyone can, without me going into it, have a look at LUL Inspector, have a look at my story, but at the end of the day I won't go into that here and now. At the end of the day, Boris Johnson needs to go. This country deserves more than a Johnson.
Let's boil down and argue about what you've just said. Boris Johnson called an election. He was democratically elected on the 24th of July, just down the road there, Queen Elizabeth. You remember, he became the leader. Then later on that year, he called an election with an 80-seat majority. Why must we get rid of him?
The British media have lied and smeared other people beyond belief. Yeah?
But
People like this man over here, that man over there, and other Tory members have listened to Boris's lies and his empty promises. The country, yeah, but because they've been lied to. If I lie to you about something and paint it to be the most brilliant thing since sliced bread, yeah, you're going to believe that hype. If you get it in your face, thrown in your face day after day by the British media and the celebrities that have backed him, yeah, the celebrities that have backed him, and that is why the British media now, you ask those people now that backed and voted for Boris back then, you ask them now today whether they back that man. A lot of them don't, sir. A lot of them don't.
Well, we will find out at 9 o'clock this evening, but how did you feel when you discovered that parties were being held in number 10 Downing Street the night before the Duke was laid to rest. How did you feel knowing that?
It's not just a Duke.
Let me set my
Sorry,
scene,
go on, sorry.
Sorry. How did you feel knowing that, you know, while families were losing their loved ones, they were respecting the rules and not gathering in more than certain numbers, but over there, they're having parties? How do you feel?
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I lost people close to me. So at the end of the day, we're not allowed to go to their funerals, we're not allowed to have wakes for them, we're not allowed to hug and cuddle each other in sympathy for family members that have died. And yet they're there getting pissed up, puking up, fighting each other, and the police are standing by. The likes of the cleaners that have died, who worked in the Home Office and the Justice Department. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And anyone that backs them still after that, they obviously haven't lost a loved one. They obviously were not affected by the loss of a family member or of a friend during that time. We were all put under horrendous laws. I was arrested myself for breaking the COVID law on January the 4th for attending a court case, which was a legal right for me to do under that at that time. Okay, it took them a year to go through the courts, and then they threw that case out. It's disgusting what Boris done. The man should have resigned months ago. He should have resigned months ago.
Final point. Look into the camera. Just imagine, yeah. Boris, not just imagine, we know he's in the house now. Yeah. Just imagine he's watching StreetMic. Talk to him. What do you want to say to Boris?
Boris, I've come to you before. We've met. I've looked into your eye. Look into my eye now. You know I want justice for Elio and Spectre. You know I want justice for Grenfell. Justice for Daniel Morgan. Justice for the 21, justice for a certain individual that sits in Belmarsh prison, justice for everybody. You have got to go, man. What you've done to the Windrush generation is a disgrace, and what you've done to the families of many, many people across this country. It's time to go, Boris. It's time to go.
Would it be safe to say that you are a Boris supporter?
A Boris supporter to get him out. That's what I am. I'm the loudest voice in London for calling corruption injustice. As I say, many, many causes up and down this country. There are thousands upon thousands of people that are seeking justice in this country today. Some of them have been waiting generation after generation after generation after generation. Justice for the 21, Daniel Morgan's family, Alistair Morgan. These people, even the families of the 13 of the New Cross fire, nothing said. There's too many people looking for that justice. And I'll stand with all of them and I'll shout very loud for that.
One thing I will say, sir, is that I've engaged with you all around the streets of London on many occasions. And in general, I agree with you, but there's certain things we can't discuss due to a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
But we're not going to go into what that is.
No.
Yeah. But I do take my hat off to you for the fact that, you know, you are willing to stand up for others, and even you've been through a hard time yourself, and I congratulate you, sir.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
No problem. If you give the lady the microphone, she's going to be the next
Gloria,
to identify.
Gloria, come and speak to her. Come and speak.
Come, you're next.
Boris out! Boris out! Boris out!
Let's get some of this. Let's get some of the Boris.
Boris out! Boris out! Boris out! Boris out! No! 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 No!
So if you step forward, come forward. I'll deal with you in a minute, ma'am. If you come forward. I'm live streaming. So, good evening. What's your name?
My name is Sarah.
So, just be normal, Sarah. No need to lean forward like that.
Okay.
Give me a couple of seconds.
Is it actually the BBC?
I'm not the Black
Guys, I now work for StreetMic. I officially work for StreetMic.
You get perfect sound.
I want the payroll.
You don't get. You don't get rubbish sound with me.
I'm going to invoice the employee now.
I'm cheap, man. So, so let's start this again. We now got good sound. If you move back.
Right.
So, what's your name?
Sarah.
So, Sarah, you was just saying Boris out, Boris out. Why'd you want Boris out? Look at the camera, man. Talk to our people.
Well, for one, he's a Tory. That's the obvious one. But he also, you're getting me on the thing, but I personally hate Boris. Had a party at 10 Downing Street, forgot his own COVID rules. You know, he just seems like a bit senile to me. you know.
So, but I'm being devil's advocate, and I'm letting you know that.
All right.
You know, Boris is a great leader. He's got an 80-seat majority. Everyone loves what he does, and people are going to support him tonight. What's wrong with that?
Well, I wouldn't say everyone loves him. There's a ton of people around here that all specifically hate Boris Johnson, like, you know, them lot. I don't like Boris Johnson, and I think he's genuinely losing a lot of support. I think he did great during the COVID epidemic, but
Pandemic.
Pandemic. Pandemic.
All right.
Pandemic.
Don't worry about a heckler. He's my sidekick. So you think he did well during the pandemic, whatever you want to call it?
To an extent, before he ended up screwing it all up at the start. But you see all the, you know, he's let about, how many Ukrainians did he let in the country? For the refugees? Was it
a number?
Was it 600,000? He should have let about 10 times more in, but he didn't really want to. And he also benefit.
I don't think he will agree with that statement, but let's focus specifically on Boris and why you like him, because you also
I
said
don't
to
like
me,
him.
But you also, you dislike him,
I
but
dislike
you also
him.
said you dislike the Tories. What is wrong with the Tories? They bring so much wealth
to themselves.
To the country.
To themselves. They bring a lot of wealth to themselves. They bring a lot of wealth to themselves, but also some of them like to watch porn in the House of Commons, so...
One person.
Hold on.
You really want them running?
Are you saying to me, that a member of a Tory MP watches Fake Taxi in...
Fake Taxi?
In the House?
He was watching Tractor Porn.
Was he? I guess maybe he was watching Tractor Porn. But
do you know something? When I heard about this porn in the house and I heard something about Tractor,
you know,
I'm being honest, I swear to God, I'm not lying to you.
Oh, it's coming to me.
I didn't know what he was on about.
Yeah, well, it's coming to me now. Now, this is one of the main reasons why I don't like Boris Johnson and some of his most recent actions. Number one, disallowing trans conversion therapy. Allowing trans conversion therapy while also writing into the Bill of Human Rights conversion therapy being illegal, however, not for transgender individuals, while also not allowing trans women into sports. That's another huge reason, especially as a trans person myself.
What do you hope will happen at 9 o'clock tonight when the leader, the chair of the 1922 committee announces the result? What are you hoping that result will be?
Well, I'm hoping for Labour to win.
No, but Labour isn't going to win.
No.
The only thing that can happen, he's going to announce the result of the no confidence vote. So specifically with the no confidence vote, are you hoping that Boris wins or Boris loses?
Well, I'm hoping Boris loses. I don't know much about it. I just personally don't like Boris Johnson and the things he's done with his country. But if Boris Johnson's losing something, I hope he's going to lose it.
Excellent stuff. Can I thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to interview you? And before you go, I do want to hear you sing more, Boris out, Boris out. Then I can interview the young lady behind me. So
ready?
Your colleague?
Boris out! 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 Boo! Boris out! Boris out! Boris out! Boris out! Boris out! Boris out!
Excellent stuff. Thank you very much. If you give the young lady the microphone, that enables me to get crystal clear sound. And so I've never interviewed this young lady before, you know. I see her everywhere. I can tell she's young.
Hey. Gloria is the most wonderful lady in London, mate.
Well, Steve, where's the track now?
Yeah,
Oh, you're putting somewhere? Okay. But my voice is so good because I kind of host.
So good evening, Gloria. How are you, my darling?
Not bad, in a way.
Yeah. Do you know, this is the first time I'm interviewing you. We've had the opportunity to engage on many occasions, but I'm now taking the opportunity to tell StreetMic more about why you are here at College Green on this historical day when a no confidence vote is taking place in the House. Why are you here?
This is history. And I hope we have the right decision.
And what decision is that? And I'm assuming you're going to say you want to see Boris remain.
Exit now.
So what do you want to happen?
Can you go nicely? Go.
Yeah. So why don't you want to see, I'm trying to get the information from you, Gloria, why do you not want Boris to remain as the leader of this country? Why do you not want him to continue lying to the country, to deceiving the country? Why not?
Well, I don't deal with lies, one. And evil people, I don't care for them. And all what I see, you know, what the human getting from these people that's supposed to be looking after us is horrors. I don't like this kind of horrors for us, for the 99%. And
Steve Bray's a nutcase. She's a wife beater.
Hold on, stop.
I'm talking to her.
No, stop, no, let me interview. Do that off of somewhere else. So you're talking about the NHS for the sake of the NHS, Bojo.
Bobo Joe.
Yeah, so tell me more what that's all about.
The NHS. Yeah. The NHS belongs to us, the tax-paying public. They are giving it away to their friends, pretending they're selling it. You work and pay the NHS. Over 2 years now, can you see a doctor? Can you?
You tell me.
Well, I don't know. We all in this place together. So if somebody was in hospital, or are you sick? Can you get can you see someone to look after you?
Yes, the NHS has thousands of doctors and nurses who are there to look after you.
When? In what century?
In 2022, for example, the hospital just down the road, there are hundreds of doctors and nurses and support staff on duty at the moment helping people.
Helping people. Well, there's good people in the NHS, but the people who is in charge of the NHS, the government, this is harassing. Harassing. Listen. Now, I don't want to sing my soul to talk about them because they're too evil.
Anyway, Gloria, thank you very much.
No, sorry.
No problem for engaging with me. I know you're very passionate about the NHS. I know you are there.
Yes, 10 years.
To be devil's advocate.
10 years for the NHS. And we need the NHS. The NHS needs us now to save it.
Thank you very much. So let me get my microphone, Gloria, and thank you very much. And next time we chat, you can tell me more about Julian Assange. Not today, not today. Not today.
That already. It was it's on my
Sir, would you like to give Wendell Dennell from StreetMic an interview? Obviously not. Oh, what's his name again? Bob something, isn't it? So that was Bob Stewart. Where's he from? Hendon, isn't it? Where's he from? Hendon, isn't it? I thought it was Hendon, wasn't it? All right then. No. Don't shake it. No.
I'm not shaking it.
No.
I wasn't pushing it off.
No, because if it goes off quite easy.
What does it?
Yeah, that's what I don't like. It's dead down here tonight, no?
Because you're here.
I was you cheeky geezer. I was expecting more people down here. Who was he being interviewed by? Bob.
I don't know. I've got a quick question. You know here?
Huh?
You know all this? Is it public or private?
No, this belongs to the estate.
So if I got on the grass and started getting in front of the cameras, no, if I did, what would happen?
But why would you? Oh, no.
If I did?
No, this is no.
Is that live?
Yes, I'm live, man. What are you talking about? You can't be doing things like that.
Boris in.
Excuse me, Mum. Could I have an interview? Are you scared? You want Boris out, but you don't want to tell me why. Would you like to say a few words, sir? Beg your pardon?
He ain't no media. Who do you work for?
I work for myself, sir.
Okay.
Hold on.
I'll tell you the one reason.
No, hold on, I'll interview. If you stand there, if you go there, sir.
No, let me tell you why.
No, sir, I'm live streaming, I want real people. I don't want off-camera stuff.
Just understand why.
Hold.
You have me live there?
MP?
Hold on.
He's an MP. I don't know, but he's going to get interviewed. He's an MP. I don't know who he is, so... Don't trust the mainstream.
Interesting story for you.
No. I'm interested in this, sir.
You don't believe Boris should remain, right?
Sir, I have no views on the issue. I'm objective. You believe that? Something. I had to go somewhere to pick up this room, and I never kept this room. Many different places. You up for an interview, Mum? Would you like an interview? I don't mind. Excellent stuff. See, that's why I like people who are willing to chat. I'm being devil's advocate. I may say something, but I'm just tickling your toes, yes? I'm not ticklish. You're not ticklish? I like that.
Boris out! Boris out! Boris out! Boris out! Boris out! Boris out! Boris out!
So as we can hear, everyone is singing for Boris out. So if you're looking at the camera, Mom, good evening. What is your name?
My name is Michael.
If you stand back a bit, go back a bit, that's it. So where are you from?
I am a Jewish citizen. I'm a British citizen and a European citizen.
So tell me, as you know, there's currently a no confidence vote taking place.
That's
in
why
the House.
I'm here.
So what do you want to be the outcome of that vote?
I would like Boris to be out, but at the same time, I don't see anybody good enough to replace him to make a change. So, whereas if Boris stays, he's going to cause more and more damage every day.
So tell me about how you felt when you discovered that Boris had broken his own rules? How did it make you feel?
I was disgusted, partly because I must add I worked at the Foreign Office, so I knew how many brilliant politicians and diplomats Britain had. He is making the country a laughingstock worldwide, and that upsets me terribly.
But you're saying he's making the country a laughingstock worldwide, but if you look at the Ukraine and how the top man there say what great leadership Boris and this country had done, so how is he the laughingstock? If you look at all the deals we're now doing this country with all of those countries, how are we the laughingstock? I'm being devil's advocate, by the way.
I know you are, because if you look, and I don't have the exact numbers in my head, but if you look at, I think around 45% of our trade was with the EU, losing that and then getting some deal with a country that we have 0.12% trading with, like Australia, there is absolutely no comparison. Plus, how much does it cost to bring stuff over from France, which is 13 kilometers away, or from Australia on the other side of the world? Let's not lose common sense.
I agree with you, let's not lose common sense. But the argument you put forward just now is suggesting the cost of goods in Europe is exactly the same as the cost of goods in Australia. The difference being added on, and that's the cost of transportation. But could the goods in Australia not be vastly cheaper? So therefore, just like in China, we bring goods from China because it's cheaper. Have you considered that?
Well, first of all, I disagree with bringing too many goods from China as long as their human rights record is the way it is. So cheap or not cheap, the whole problem is that we are only looking at the money side of things, monetary side of things. And also, what does Australia have that we want? I mean, for example, we left the European Medicine Agency. Now 75% of our medicine comes from Europe. I've just come back from Spain, where I've been for 6 months. My dog is very ill and he needs anti-epileptic drugs. In Spain it cost me €9. Here it cost me £67 for his drugs. Now it's a human drug, so it shows us how much the NHS now has to pay for our drugs. That's why they are so overstretched, because their money doesn't go far enough to help everybody who needs help. So for the sake of the NHS, like the lady you have interviewed, we need to have unity, we need to have access to European research. Who the hell thinks it's a good idea to live in a trade war with the closest neighbours and former allies?
I get that point. I understand the arguments you're putting forward, but they're not the arguments I'm dealing with today. What I'm dealing with is Boris, specifically to do with the motion of no confidence, and specifically, if Boris wins that motion, are you going to be happy?
Well, I think he's a dead man walking. Whether he wins this or not, people are waking up, because the cost of living crisis is starting to bite. The lies that have been told, the promises that have been made and broken, it's all coming to light now. What used to be called Project Fear is now Project Reality. And basically, you talked about Ukraine. Yes, the UK has an incredibly strong and experienced defense, deal with Ukraine. We have sent people to train them there and so forth. That's wonderful, but that's nothing to do with the policy, with Boris's policy. What about how he treats the Ukrainian refugees? We're the only country that demands visa. I've got lots of friends who offered their homes to refugees, and they haven't been able to find any refugees to come here, because you've got to fill in an 80-page or so form in English. You've got to basically around half of the homes that have been offered were not going to be taken up because of this anti-migrant and anti-other people policy that this government has.
I hear you, but going back yet again to the motion, if Boris wins the motion, are you going to be happy?
It's not a question of wins the motion. The fact that the motion already reached the number that it has, we don't know the exact number, but it's in excess of the 54 that's needed. I heard that bookies are talking about 150 or so votes, and 180 would be what we need. It shows that people are waking up and are standing up against him. His position is weakened. Now, yes, I would like him to go, but at the same time, maybe if he stays a little more and we are working towards a general election, that might be a better solution.
Like you said, potentially it could be a lame duck prime minister, but I personally believe it's quite sad what has occurred, and at the moment, in my opinion, he lacks integrity. Once you don't have that, it's a big issue.
We knew he was a liar. He lost 2 jobs in his past. He was dismissed because he lied in his jobs. And he blatantly lies, and also he doesn't apologize properly for mistakes that he makes. He has no compassion. He is the only political leader who has not been to the wall where all these hearts are of the people who died, the common people. He hasn't been there. Yes, he is our PM. His place would have been there, and to apologize to the people that he didn't react quickly enough, that he didn't do everything, that a lot of the PPE that was ordered was unusable, that he gave his mates money instead of people who knew what they were doing. So he is corrupt, he's a liar, he's a cheat, and he's changed now. He's about want to change the ministerial code in order that he doesn't have to bear responsibility for his misdeeds. He is a criminal.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to interview you, and it is great, and I hope to engage with you on many more occasions, and I look forward to seeing you with a young gentleman just down the road there on a Wednesday at roughly about 10:30.
You see me on other things as well, because
they're about to, not Steve.
Because they are about to deport Syrians to Rwanda, so you will see me at lots of other protests, because I was at the Windrush protest. I am against detention. I am a former refugee, I've got to say that. I'm a former child refugee, so I know what it's like.
Excellent. We can discuss that at the moment at a later date, but what I want to concentrate on today is the motion of no confidence, but I've no doubt we'll catch up on other occasions.
Thank you very much.
So that was nice and easy, wasn't it?
Do send them to I say, yeah, do.
You're talking to people who are either migrants themselves or who
Gavin,
come.
not today.
I am one, yes? And he
Gavin,
comes
not
from a
today.
migrant.
Gavin, not today.
I want to say. They come over it and they rape young white girls. That's what they're doing.
I think some people should start reading different newspapers.
I don't read.
Oh, you don't read?
I don't know. I know more than you.
Gavin, behave.
Are you on strike?
What's the time now? About 7. Oh, no, let me have a... What time is it?
25 minutes left.
How did you get down here today? Did you get a train? Or the Charing Cross?
I had to walk it.
From where?
From Leeston.
No.
None of the buses were letting me on.
It took me 2 hours to get down there, man.
Because my Oyster card ran out, so they wouldn't let me on. Oh yeah, what's the reason why they're striking anyway?
No, not today. You ever see me with this? I always love you for everything. When something's out, it's not going to back.
He's got it there, isn't he?
What's he gone down by?
That's coming.
Oh, right, I'm up at his wing. Is there anyone? There's no one there, is there?
There was a guy called Barry Haskin who was down there. I'm going shot.
Huh?
I'm going shot.
Buy me something.
If you want.
Who's buying me?
I'll nick it.
You know, you went on that side earlier, one guy. You went on this side.
You didn't go in the front, yeah. You went on this side.
What time did you get down there? 4 o'clock again? We buy it. No, he knew it. 1 o'clock. Oh, no, he's down earlier.
I had a keep on the cross.
No, I was looking around for you when I come down. I didn't see him.
I saw you. You were speaking to that Great London quality.
Yeah. And she goes through. You got your pass? How long is the pass for? I goes, listen, man, don't bother me. I get this from you all the time. Oh, yeah, remember you now. No, they say, well, as soon as you put a tripod, you like it. Yeah, you need a license.
I think that one there is strong. That one thing is
yeah, to be there.
Back home now. Back home.
But it's just a guy.
How are you getting there again? Bucking it.
Huh? I got 3 buckets, isn't it? But you know what? No. Tonight it's going to be easy. Well, once I get on the the 29 down by Trafalgar, it goes all the way to Wood Green. Then I go to Turnpike, get another one to Trafalgar. But it's only because when you come down here, you're coming down in the middle of rush hour. Yeah. No, I'm live streaming. Now you understand why I want to
the lady from Money That Fee. That's the Bowser, what's her name? Something, I think anyway. Nice gingerbread.
I put it on Twitter because I make the news for the Lisa up there at 10 and I got a notification. I've seen you on BBC London there. The season today was kind of doing the van. She was walking and I was following her around. We make Channel 4. Oh, that's the funny thing. That's the one. I'm going to take them.
Oh, you make
Yeah, exactly. You're on Twitter? You travel through the underground. You shouldn't say that in front of the TFL. Remember that song?
Some of these people make you laugh. It's funny, today was my day off. And I wasn't planning to do anything today. And then you're here. That's like an 8-hour job. Don't forget you saw me at the watch board, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. It was good, but I went down to the house and figure out. No, that's good. It was alright. I enjoyed it. Oh, when I started this was crap, man.
Quite well.
That was a 3,000, that's it. Which is good.
Yeah.
So, good evening to all of you. At the moment down here at College Green, not much is happening. You know, there's not even hundreds of people down here that I can interview because, as you know, I will normally be interviewing people, but very few are left. And I think most people seem to have gone home. They might be watching Coronation Street or EastEnders or one of them programs, but down here, let's see the young lady getting ready to go live. So that's what it's like when we go live. So this young lady's just getting ready. I've just zoomed into her, and here are all the heavyweight broadcasters.
Maybe in 10 years' time.
Oh my God, I've seen it all now.
I kind of am. I'm on a course.
Oh, right. Not a golf course. What type of course?
Film studying course in Watford.
Why don't you just go down the library?
You don't get access to the resources. Like you get to go on. They give you all this like £1,000 equipment free on this course.
Right.
Not to keep, but to borrow it on the course.
Oh.
And what's going on? You get to film everywhere. In fact, I filmed here a few weeks ago.
Oh. Okay. Was it like?
I think this gentleman is pretending to interview the other gentleman with a twig. And the last time I saw something similar was 4 years ago in Khartoum in Sudan, where the children could not afford a microphone and they used twigs to pretend they were interviewing, and they were actually getting millions of views in Sudan. So some crazy people around.
I'm a film director.
How long have you been in that trade for?
Are you enjoying that?
27.
Okay. Let me just capture your meal.
Who are you talking for?
Why do people? I can never understand why people ask that question. Who you filming for? That's better. If you say, "Are you filming for yourself?" I would answer the question. I'm filming for myself, sir. I don't have to do it to anyone else. Are you enjoying that? So how much did you pay for that?
This was £3.
From where?
It's half an hour before closing, it's half price.
So why didn't you bring Street Mike some free food, because I'm hungry?
Do you want a piece of sushi?
I'm cool, but you know they say you should never talk when you're eating. What I want to do is that are you here on College Green to observe what is going on? Listen, man, this is a good way to... Hold on. I'm going to put a microphone on you, yeah?
Okay.
Do you mind?
Yeah, go on. I'm going to stop eating, so I'm not like chewing into a microphone, though. That's horrible.
It's real, man. I come from the streets. With tens of thousands of pounds worth of equipment.
Yeah.
That shows I'm rubbish, doesn't it?
Okay. So that's been too intense.
No,
I'm not worried over opinions.
No, this is good, man.
Okay.
So let me see if I can hear you. Say something.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you beautifully.
Nice.
Yeah. So let me do an interview with you, sir, as you are eating your sushi.
I'm going to put it away for the
Listen, man, you're now spoiled. You're now now.
Yeah.
Hold your food back up, man. It makes it more visually interesting. I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, nice.
So, what's your name, sir?
My name's Archie.
Archie?
Yeah.
Hold on, you sound like you got a royal name.
No, it was before the Prince, but yeah.
It was before the Prince. So, Archie, tell me, firstly, why are you in College Green eating some delicious sushi with your buddies?
Oh, well, we're not, only moved to London this year, so this is kind of a lot. It's good to see, the big things that go on. See the events happen, and so that's why we thought we'd just see what kicks off, see if anything big happens. Just cool to see,
So it's potentially a historical day here, because there's a motion of no confidence in the blonde bombshell Boris, and you've decided to come down here with your sushi with your buddies. Yes or no?
Yeah, that's completely it.
Yeah. So specifically with the motion. What are you hoping is going to be happening at 9 o'clock when the chair of the 1922 committee announces the outcome? What do you hope that outcome will be?
Well, realistic hope is that I hope a significant chunk, maybe 140, 150 Tory MPs vote against Boris in no confidence. But I don't think Boris would go. I think that would be good. But at the end of the day, I also think if he does stay, that's still better for the opposition, because I don't think he's a great asset. So either way, I think it's a win for the opposition, which is I support.
All right, then let's tackle both sides of the argument. Yeah. So, firstly, yeah, you think he may slip through?
I think he'll survive.
With about 150-ish. Yeah.
That'd be very optimistic. Maybe a bit less.
Yeah. And what gives you that impression that he may survive? And then we can talk about all the other possibilities.
I guess I don't know that much, but I think most of the past no confidence votes for for Theresa May, even for like Majors, I think they generally survive it, and then that's the damage done later on. So I think that'll probably happen again here. I'm not sure if enough have the bottle to vote against.
But before we look at the other option, tell me, how did you feel when Sue Gray published that report and it clearly stated the wrongs that Boris and others had done? You know, how did that make you feel, man?
I think everyone that isn't like bound to the Tory party felt kind of disgusted by it, and I think. But we already knew what happened one before, and we thought it was kind of ridiculous that you can do that and stay in. So, but you know, if you manage to survive the game, then I guess it's a sad mark on the Tory MPs.
But don't you think Boris is a great leader who inspired the country to give him 80-seat majority? He's brilliant.
No, I really think you look at the things that happened since. You see the policing bill where protests became made illegal. You look at sending away refugees to Rwanda. I really don't think you can call that brilliant. And I think the faster that can be stopped, the better.
Yeah. Let's talk about the other side of the argument. Yeah, if he does survive, and what you're saying, he's going to be a lame duck premier, and that is going to be great for the leader of the opposition, or the opposition, the Labour Party. So is that what you're really hoping, that he's going to survive, but he's going to destroy the Tories and then Labour will get in? That what you hope?
I think that's probably what happened, yeah. I hope something like that happens. But who knows what the time span.
But if that does happen, let's think of the greater good.
Yeah.
We have to think of the country.
Yeah.
Is that good for the country if there's a lame duck Prime Minister destroying the fabric of democracy in this country?
So what's the alternative though, right? Like, already there's a vote on no confidence. I think that happens for the good of the country, no, and the faster Boris goes, the better. But I don't think that Boris is a person, someone that would resign easily. So I think it's an inevitable outcome.
But what I hope, because I believe in Boris, I believe he has an ounce of integrity. I honestly believe, that if it's a close vote, he's going to chuck the hat in. He's going to fall on his sword, and a new leader will emerge. That's what I hope will happen.
Yeah. Who do you have a leader in mind that you want to emerge?
I don't give a toss about the Tories. You know, who leads them, I don't care. It's nothing to do with me. Yeah, but from my point of view, what I want to see is stability. I want to see great leadership regardless who's in power. You know, it could be Keir Starmer. It could be any... I would like to see Boris as a great leader, but he's not.
No.
He's a dodgy character. He likes too much women. He likes the booze. He likes the party. He's a buffoon.
Yeah, I think so. And also just passes some dodgy policies that I think the most people in this country really don't agree with.
And I can tell you love to kill the bill as well, don't you?
Well, I agree with what Kill the Bill campaigning for, yeah.
Do you know something? Your friends have been there eating their sushi.
Yeah, I know, I'm hungry.
in peace, while I'm questioning you. And shall I interview them next? And allow you to eat?
I don't know if they want it, but if they want it, they can, but I think they might want to eat.
I'm not very good at politics.
I'm not very good at politics either. No.
No, I don't know much about anything. I don't think my opinion has much weight to it.
But in my estimation, sir, you look like a very intelligent young man. True or not?
It means do one.
At least we're having a good laugh whilst we await.
Yeah.
The announcement, but eat your food.
Yeah, can I take the mic off? I don't want to chew into a mic.
And thanks a lot, yeah.
Cheers, mate.
That battery's running out. Well, thank you. And got 2
My
left.
battery lasts for 8 hours, man. That ain't gonna go.
Huh?
That's only a third. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Cheers, man. I'll get a card, sir. Yeah.
Subscribe, yeah.
I don't want you subscribing, man.
And hit the notification button when he's on live. I'll tell you.
Don't listen to him. So I don't know what I'm doing. You can tell, can't you? There you are, sir. Enjoy it. Thank you. What's everyone called, man?
Did you put any peppers in the back?
No. What I do. Hold on.
Don't start your West Ham shit.
Come say that again.
So when I used to go to West Ham, because my mouth and my lungs are so loud, when I used to sing I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles, because my voice is so off key, everyone around me would go, "Oi, shut up, mate, you can't sing."
And I agree with them.
Well, I've got a little song for you then. Remember Hello John Got a New Motor? Yeah? Right, I've rewritten it. Hello Boris, got any more bullshit? Hello Boris, got any more bullshit? Your Reese Mogg made a mess on the carpet. Your Reese Mogg made a mess on the carpet. They said that he had COVID. Hello Boris, got any more bullshit? Hello Boris, got any more bullshit? There you go. I can't sing, but I can fucking write a good song.
Excuse me, no swearing.
Oh, sorry.
Online.
Sorry.
You have
Boris
no
had
cloth.
COVID, I'm a banana.
Hold on, sir. Can you say that again?
Hey, stop.
Did Trump have
Can you
COVID?
say that again, please? I missed it about Boris.
If Boris, I had a needle in my arm the moment that came on the radio when Boris was announced to have COVID, and I said to the nurse, "That's just a sympathy vote. But he just wants votes." And then Trump goes in. Then Trump went into, but Trump didn't have.
Are you a Trump supporter?
No.
Why not?
Because he's
Because
he's the same as Boris.
what is he saying?
Moron.
How's Trump a moron? Come on, we're having a debate here. How's Trump a moron?
Donald Trump is pushed his luck so far, and would anyone believe when he said he had COVID and he was in a armoured car running around the streets pretending he had COVID? Did anyone believe it? Did you believe it? Nobody could believe it. It's not believable. And
Well,
Boris had the same
Donald-
issue.
Forget that line, little arsehole Boris, but Trump, yeah?
Oh, so you're a Trump fan?
I am a Trump fan. Trump is a peacemaker. Trump kept peace in Afghanistan for 4 years.
I thought it was.
Now you got
I thought he was a war maker.
No, now you got Sleepy Joe Biden, who's in power. He's messing up America now, isn't he? There was a game of American football in somewhere in America, and they were singing a song, but people thought it was saying "Let's go Brandon," but it wasn't. It was saying "F off Biden." That's what it was saying. And Trump is a hero?
America's on hold for the moment because of Biden. I'm not having Biden. I think he's...
Who would you have then?
No, I'm just saying there's only two choices in America. And at the moment it's Biden and Trump, and neither of them are worth...
So who would you have?
Yes, you need people to step up to the...
Who would you have?
I don't know anything about American politics.
Don't know?
I don't know enough about American
Can I ask you what your views are on a guy called Tommy Robinson?
Not going there today.
He's a bit of a problem.
Not today.
What kind of problem have you got?
I'll reluctantly say that I agree with much of his views, but reluctantly because they're dangerous views that are. I don't want to identify as a racist.
What dangerous views are they?
No, I don't want to identify as a racist.
You're not a racist.
I might be if I identify with Tommy Robinson.
Say it.
There are issues with religion. I'm anti-organised religion, and I don't agree with the way that people. I don't agree with the last. I'm 58, and I'm not having any organised religion. It's a myth. It's a fiction. It's a fairies at the bottom of the garden type. Complete load of old top.
So you're anti-immigration?
No, I'm anti-organised religion.
What's that mean?
I don't believe in God, and I don't think you should or anybody should.
What's that got to do with Tommy Robinson?
I don't agree with Christianity.
Okay.
I don't agree with any organised religion. It's all completely wrong.
So are you an atheist?
I'm an atheist.
What is happening at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, is that nothing much is actually happening down here. The time is now 8:05, I believe, and everyone is just waiting round, wasting time, making time. So I'm just sticking my microphone and listening to a couple of conversations that are taking place. There's one taking place here now in regards to some crazy man called Trump. But what I will ask this young gentleman, sir, let's focus on, move your hand, let's focus on, and please do not say the word. Yeah, but what inspired you to wear such an offensive T-shirt?
It's the name of a song by a band called KUNT and the Gang. I won't say the word, but he's also got a song in the pop charts at the moment called Prince Andrew is a Sweaty Nonce. Is that an offensive word? I don't know. It's only 59p on Amazon, and I encourage you all to go and...
But I'm asking you a question about why...
It's the same guy.
No, that's not my question. My question is, why are you wearing the T-shirt?
I'm furious about what's going on in government and politics. I'm not furious, I'm livid, I'm upset, I'm destroyed by it. It's been 2 years and 4 months or whatever of upset about the way that COVID has transpired. And I think that this is a whole sideshow to the lying, the Partygate and the pizza, not Pizzagate, that's another issue. But it's been absolutely infuriating, and I think that Boris Johnson doesn't believe in COVID, and I think that he embraced it in order to reshape the system, shut the high streets down, make the online world work better, and cryptocurrencies, the decentralised banking, the Bank of England and the Governor of the Bank of England have all said it out loud, Sunak's wife. You know, it's all connected, and this is connected.
All seems like a conspiracy theory, sir.
I don't call it that. Do you think that's fair to accuse me of that? I don't think that's fair.
All right, then.
I think it's reasonable to suggest that COVID wasn't really real. I'm not having COVID. It's all fucking. There's nothing. I apologise for swearing. I think there's nothing different today than it was 27 months ago. I think it's not dissimilar today. I think it's same deal.
Yeah.
There was no dangerous virus. The figures for the regular, normal, seasonal flu are not dissimilar to the COVID figures for flu.
All right then, but thank you very much, sir.
I apologise for swearing.
Too late, it's happened.
Oh,
but thank you very much.
Can you beep it out?
I can't beep it out. I'm live, sir. It's 5,000.
Nice to meet you. Nice to talk to you.
It goes up and it goes down.
No, but
No, but look, it's like 5,000 to 700.
no, but that's what it does. See, that's what your mobile phone does, but you can't see it. But I see it. When it goes below 1,000, that's when it's a problem.
I can't say on there. Look at the battery on the white.
Have a look at how your inspectors are.
No, don't go there.
Google how your inspector.
No, I can't do them things as unprofessional.
Yeah, Amy was good though. She was got talent.
No, I'm going to watch it. Probably tomorrow.
Yeah,
You got knocked out?
Yeah.
What did you see?
Don't know, but Simon Cowell wanted her in. But,
Yeah. Fabulous.
yeah. But a comedian won it yesterday. Yeah, he won it. But in the final was a ventriloquist and a comedian called Eric something. He won it. He was really good, man.
Don't look up. Don't look up. Don't look up. It looks up. The helicopter's down.
Yeah, that's Sky. That ain't police. It's more bigger than that, the police one. That's not old build. Yeah, that's not old build one.
I see him as a Ukrainian, maybe Ukrainian journalist.
Oh, okay. There's one thing, another thing with Boris. Every time a little bit of heat turns up, he starts mentioning the war. Boris. Every time he gets a bit of heat on him, he mentions the war. But you go back to the war, I'm thirsty, I'm thirsty.
At the moment, I'm outside of Westminster waiting for a no confidence vote, so I'm just live streaming, so I have to be quick. What's Friday's date? What's Friday's date? No. But I'll get my colleague to do it. I'll get my other colleague to do it. Yeah.
Alton Mark.
Yeah, but what I'll do, I'll have to ring out tomorrow. Yeah, I'll ring out tomorrow. Yeah, because I'm down Westminster at the moment. Yeah, No. He works for me, so I'll get him to do it. Oh, sorry. I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'll wait and see. It looks like he might survive, but I'm just waiting to see what actually happens. Yeah, but he'll survive as a lame duck prime minister, and in some ways that could be good for the opposition. No, I don't know. Yeah, so I'll ring her tomorrow, yeah? I don't know. Bye. my ladies here again.
Hello, hello.
Hello, how are you, my darling?
I'm fine.
So I'm waiting for all the top people to turn up, and now they've arrived. So I can start my Save Boris, sink the Tories. I love that. How about an interview, ma'am?
Who for?
I've interviewed you before. Have you not? Do you forget? Have you forgotten?
No, I think I do remember you.
So
Was it years ago?
months ago, not years.
Months ago. StreetMic LiveStream. Yes, I do remember you.
Can I see it? Where is he from?
StreetMic.
Mike.
So it's a private thing. Live?
StreetMic.
Live streaming. I'm live now.
You're live now.
I'm live now.
That sounds good. That sounds really good. I have two posters.
I think I might have interviewed you down there.
Ages ago.
Yeah, can I just pull it?
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's for. But I must. This is my picture for tomorrow.
Is it for you?
If you come round here a bit, come round. Let me take that's a beautiful photograph.
We've done quite well. We're in the Guardian, the Independent. Yeah.
Thank you. If you come round here, Mom. Let me get all this in the background. So you ready for this interview?
Depends what you're going to ask me.
I don't know what I'm going to ask you.
No.
So let's go. So good evening, Ma'am. Can I get your name, please?
Yes, my name is Elke.
So Elke, tell me why you're down here looking so elegant this
Well,
evening.
because I always try and look elegant. I run around in jeans most of the time, as I am today. But if you put a hat on, it makes all the difference, it seems. I'm not a hat wearer, but it is my Brexit hat, as you can see, my EU hat.
So let's talk about this placard you're wearing round your neck. It says, "Save Boris, sink the Tories." Tell me more about what you mean by that.
What I mean is that I think if Boris stays just a bit longer, he might bring the whole party down with him. Because the nearer he gets to the next election and the more he antagonizes people or the more fed up people get with him, the more likely it is that you have a change of government. And so far I've kept this to myself, but I thought the cat is out of the bag now, isn't it, with this confidence
I think
vote.
the cat is out of the bag, and that's what millions of people around this great country are hoping. They are hoping that Boris does survive tonight.
Yep.
But in surviving, he's going to destroy the Tory party.
Yes, yes, I hope so. So what will be good is if he did win the vote tonight, if he only marginally wins it, he'll be quite weakened. And, you know, it's maybe he can't do quite so much damage to the country anymore as he has done in the past.
But within the next 35 minutes, we should know the
Yes.
outcome of the vote which is currently taking place. But what I would like you to tell me, on discovery that Boris had parties, on discovery that he had broken the rules, on discovery that the Metropolitan Police have given him a fixed penalty notice, how does that make you feel?
Well, I think he thinks he's an entitled person, that rules he makes for other people don't apply to him, that he is above the law, he is above anything. That's my personal feeling.
But he does, but because he's so resilient, because he's so arrogant, it seems that people love the blonde bombshell.
Well, that's what I don't understand.
He's got character, he's got charisma, he's got everything. The women love him.
I don't think women love him.
Harry does.
Well, maybe.
And all
Maybe.
the others who married him, and he had 100 children, they all loved him. But
Maybe, but it's also sometimes power appeals to women.
Ah.
Maybe.
Ah. So, in closing, at 9 o'clock tonight, you are personally hoping that Boris survives, but with a slim majority, and then he's going to destroy the Tory party, but then that will give Labour the opportunity to get in. Is that what you're hoping for?
Well, I hope there will be some kind of coalition government after this, because Labour is a bit... They seem to be going along with whatever the Tories want to do. I can understand during the pandemic it was difficult, but their stance on Brexit is really disappointing. They say we have to make Brexit work, when I think all they have to do is maybe join the customs union or the single market, and the problem in Northern Ireland would be solved.
Excellent, but as normal, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and I look forward to engaging with you again.
Okay.
Live and direct on StreetMic, but thank you very much.
Okay.
So that was nice and easy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I want to interview this young lady who's turning her back to me. She's always scared of me, you know.
You want to take your worrying back?
Yeah?
Yeah?
But you haven't done none on Boris. She's scared, Lala. She's always scared of me. Thank you. Good evening. Oh my. It's Steve's friend. She can hear you. Hello. You know I'm going to interview you, don't you? But Boris is a liability. If you step forward. Can I interview you as normal? I don't know. I'll just take it. I don't like the... Are you good? Where have you been all evening?
I only got here about...
Is he up there?
He came out.
Oh no, I saw him earlier on. He was here earlier, wasn't it? So your microphone's now on. So good evening, and you've arrived here at College Green really late. Where have you been all evening?
Well, I've been working all day, and then it took me a bit longer than usual to get here because of the tube strike. But I got here at about 7:15.
So you've been here since 7:15.
Yes.
And it's now 8:30 nearly.
Yes.
In about 33 minutes' time, Sir Graham Brady, the chair of the 1922 committee, is going to be announcing the outcome of the vote of no confidence in Boris. What are you hoping that result will be?
What I'm hoping and what will actually happen are two different things. I think he will probably narrowly win the vote of no confidence, but I think, as with Theresa May a few years ago, it will probably be enough to, in the near future, for him to have to go.
But what do you dislike about Boris Johnson?
Well, if you elect a clown, then you get a circus, and people knew what he was like before he was elected. He is a serial liar. I don't believe he is acting in the national interest at all. So writing one article for Brexit and another article for remaining, and then just going on whichever bandwagon he thinks will be the most popular. So he is a populist politician, and that's not the best for this country.
But would you agree, if Boris wins by a slim majority, that is not actually the best thing for the country, because you've got a lame duck prime minister, you've got divisions within the Conservative Party, and it's going to be all-out mayhem for the next couple of years.
I think it's mayhem anyway. It was mayhem before him, it will be mayhem after him, and in my opinion the mayhem won't really stop until something positive happens to reverse the destruction that is being done to this country as a result of Brexit.
tell me more about these lovely placards that I always see you carrying, but normally I'll see you on a Wednesday with Steve and others down the road.
Turn it around.
So Boris putting the blight into blighty.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Everything that this Conservative government is doing at the moment is not in the national interest. They're just making everything worse. Every single day something is in the news where you think it can't get any worse, and then the next day it really does. Education, messing around with that. Immigration, messing around with that. Deportation of asylum seekers, which will probably end up being illegal, but they'll do it for as long as they can get away with it. Just dreadful, dreadful state this country is in. The Bank of America the other day was saying that the pound is acting as an emerging market, so we're in bad economic times at the moment anyway, and it will only get worse.
Anyway, as normal, thank you very much for giving StreetMic this opportunity, and I look forward, as normal, to engaging with you on Wednesday around 11:30, just before Steve runs down to outside of the number 10 Downing Street for Boris to come out, if he's still there, at 11:43.
Thank you very much.
Excellent, thanks a lot. So that was nice and easy, wasn't it? So Steve was down there playing his... I don't know, I'll get you some more. I think I've used them all. No. You can keep it. I've got loads. Thank you. Thanks, Lydia.
Thank you.
Excuse me, how comes he gets a drink and I don't? All right then. Allegedly. I believe you. So we are awaiting Sir Graham to make an announcement on the outcome of the vote of no confidence into Boris Johnson, and the evidence is there. We all know what he's been doing since he became Prime Minister. I had the opportunity on the 24th of July 3 years ago to be outside of the Queen Elizabeth Conference Centre just down the road when Boris was elected as the leader of the Conservatives. He then became Prime Minister, and since then he has been a disaster. You're now getting my opinion. Initially I was very happy that Boris had become Prime Minister, even though I'm not a Conservative supporter. I like Boris. I like the fact that he has charisma. I like the fact that he's a dodgy MF. And I like him. He makes me laugh. But as I got to know him over a period of time, it became clear to me that Boris has no integrity. Boris has no respect for rules. Boris is only interested in himself. And I went off Boris after discovering that so many tens and tens of thousands of our people had died of COVID, and no one within the government was being held to account that over 150,000 people had perished. We had so many people die after they were sent into care homes. You know, so many people were sent into care homes. And, sir, you cannot walk past StreetMic without giving me an interview.
It'll have to be a very quick one.
Hey,
guys. It'll have to be a very quick one.
No, if you step back a bit. So, sir, what time do you call this?
Well,
where have you been?
I know, I've been working.
Oh, you've been working, and you have the bell. Are you going to be? Is it going to be ringing out today?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I look forward to it. I'll let you prepare. I know your friend Steve is somewhere.
He's up there. I'm going to go and join him in a second. I'm just saying hello to these guys here. Then I'll go up there, and with any luck, that'll all come out very shortly, and they'll get bells and shouts and everything.
Hey, you got 25 minutes, so look forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks, that man.
No problem.
Thanks, that man. Yes, yeah. As I said, when I discovered that over 150,000 people in this great country had died as a direct result of COVID, I went off Boris Johnson. I'm now getting in front of the camera because this place is going to start hotting up very soon. And Boris, I'm now going to, unusually I'm going to give my opinion. Boris is a disgrace. He is just shameful that what he has done to this country. And as we can hear in the background, people are singing, Boris out, Boris out. They do not want such a corrupt, shameful Prime Minister leading this country. They want the Tories today to ensure that Boris, that motion of no confidence is upheld. We want to see Boris gone, and we want to see the integrity brought back to the government of... There's Mr. Lammy. Good evening, David Lammy. There's David Lammy, the MP for Tottenham, and I'm going to ask him for a big up StreetMic. Leave David Lammy alone, you. StreetMic wants to interview David Lammy when he finishes. Yeah, I'm going to ask him. So there's David Lammy. He's just going to be interviewed. And let's wait and see. As I see, it's now hotted up. So, like I said, Boris is a disgrace to this country. This evening, we are hoping that the Tories have done the right thing. We are hoping that that motion of no confidence has been successful. We are hoping that Boris's days in government is coming to an end. Let's hope that is going to happen. Most people down here don't actually believe it will be happening, but Boris, I don't want to say F off. I like to be respectful, but you have brought shame onto the office of Prime Minister, the great office of Prime Minister. You've brought shame on it. It's about time you've gone. You can't be changing the ministerial rules so that you can survive. Time you go, mate. And we want, I don't care who from the Conservatives is going to be leading the country. I've just heard a heckler saying that they want Jeremy Hunt to be leading the country. Who it is, I don't care. Come over here. Stop being a heckler.
Vote for me, I'll be Prime Minister.
Oh, look, listen, come, let's have a conversation, man. See, this geezer here, I keep saying I like him, but but he's got no class, and I'm trying to train him. Yeah. So we are now. The time is now. Let me put a microphone on you. Listen, man, you need good sound.
You've always got good sound.
I've always got good sound. I've now got even better sound.
Even better sound. The king's about to do a...
So not too loud. So we can now have an engagement here.
Go on,
Yin and yang. Yeah. So, Gavin, I've already said to people, I like you because you're dodgy and your views are the opposite to mine. The time is now 8:40, or in English 20:40. Yeah. In 20 minutes time, Sir Graham Brady is going to be announcing the outcome of the no confidence vote in Boris Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to happen? And I'll tell you what I want to happen. And we can disagree or agree.
What do I want to happen?
Yeah, man.
Well, Boris is going to get in and stay in, isn't he? That's what I want to happen.
So you want Boris to stay?
Just so they can mess it up and then let the Labour get in.
Hold on. How great is that if Boris stays? All he's going to do is mess up the country. Yeah, because we want a great... Look, let me finish.
Go on, finish.
We want a great leader in place who can lead this nation through troubled times. We don't want a lame-duck Prime Minister who's going to mess the country up. So you want Labour to get in?
Well, if you want a great
That's
leader...
selfish.
If you want a great leader, he's standing right here.
What, you?
Yeah, me.
Hold on, what are you going to lead?
The whole world.
You... Listen, man, what qualifications or skills
don't need any.
Do you have to be able to lead this great nation?
Communication skills.
You can communicate?
Yeah.
Go and communicate to my followers then.
No, you know, Labour will get in after Boris messes up, after staying in from today.
But what I want to happen today,
Go on.
yeah, is that in 20 minutes we're going to get the outcome. Boris is going to get a good slapping, metaphorically speaking, and the MPs are going to say to him, we are not happy with how you've performed. We're giving you one more chance to demonstrate that you can lead this country, to lead this great nation, and we want you to do what is best for the country and not yourself. That is what I want to see happening today, because as a black British brother, you know, I'm proud of Boris, man, with a blonde hair. I'm proud of him.
I love your sarcasm, do you know that?
What do you mean you like my sarcasm?
I love your sarcasm.
I'm being honest. I want to see Boris leading this great nation because I'm interviewing him, not you. Because, and I'm not being rude, because, yeah, it's important that our leader, is able to pull everything together, is able to show how great this country is. Just look at yesterday, down at the Mall, and the Queen.
Yeah.
Look how great that was to see all of those great things come together for a woman who has led this country for 70 years. That is great. I want to see Boris, being a great leader. I want to see all of the countries around the world. Look at England. Why? We want a piece of that, you know. England is a great country. England has wealth. England has a lot of industries. England has everything. Everyone is looking at what we've got.
True. Yeah, you have.
I mean, true. I'm winding you up. Can you not tell?
I know you are. I know you're winding me up. I can tell. I ain't that stupid.
But, you know, in about 15 minutes' time, we are going to get that announcement.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, I've said to people already, Boris is a disgrace. Yeah. It's about time we got rid of him. Yeah, he has brought shame on the office of Prime Minister. And he should be got rid of in 15 minutes' time. And I also believe he should be prosecuted, because one of the worst things he has presided over is the death of thousands, 150,000 people plus with COVID, and no one is held to account.
How do you know they died of COVID?
Because the death certificate said, and that is evidence. I can only go by evidence. Evidence is what's on the death certificate. Died of or with COVID. So that is all we've got. They might have died of something else, but the death certificate is the evidence. Counter that.
There is no COVID. I've counted it. There you go.
Anyway.
COVID's a cold.
Anyway, we're talking about something different.
COVID's a cold.
We are not talking about COVID today.
It's not killing people. People die of underlying health conditions.
We are talking about Boris Johnson. Just imagine, our families and friends could not go to funerals. And this dodgy Prime Minister's there drinking cheese and wine from Marks and Spencer.
How's that not about COVID? It's about the lie that was COVID.
No, hold on. Step forward here, sir. Step forward. Step forward. Yeah. Oh, no.
Go on.
In my opinion, that's about the lie that was...
Yeah, wait, hang on.
In my opinion,
Come on.
COVID was a lie.
We're having a laugh, man. We're having a laugh.
And I'm happy to have a laugh with you, and it's all
look
fine.
At the camera, man. It's all about compositioning.
I'm all fine with having a
it's
laugh.
not compositioned right, correctly.
I don't believe in COVID.
It has to be composed, sir. Look at that.
I don't think you should believe in it. Either. It's not believable.
David Lammy's over there. I can't
Is
wait
it?
to get him.
Anyway,
Look into the camera. Look into
I know. What I want to do is interview Mr. Lammy when he comes back.
He's coming back.
And see, he's a
He'll
Tottenham
go out the
man.
other way.
He's a Tottenham
He'll
man.
go out the other way.
Now listen, David Lammy's from Yard, man. He's a Yard man.
If it was real, I'm a banana.
You probably are a banana. Sound like one.
Oh, that would be great if StreetMic can get an interview with David Lammy.
Yeah, good
I've
luck.
done the President of Barbados last week.
And you've done the Mayor of London standing right here.
So, just wait and see, man. Watch my skills. I'll wait for David Lammy, man.
What skills you got?
Huh? I have intellectual skills, communication skills, all of them skills, man. Huh? Talks to decent people. So it's now, we have 13 minutes left. And those, I've no doubt that inside of the House, the chair of the 1922 committee is already aware of what that result is. And in about 13 minutes' time, we are going to be hearing that Boris is gone. I'm crossing my fingers. How did it work?
Yeah, it did. Thank you. It was great.
See, I'm saving a competitor. Huh? No, I thought.
Tories out! Tory liars out! Cheats out! Boris, stay Bray! Tories out! Tories out!
Come down here, man. We want some action, man. So we can hear the Johnson out. The protests are starting, and down here at College Green it's going to be hotting up as all of the rabble-rousers are getting ready. So we're now getting ready for Sir Graham Brady from the 1922 committee to announce the outcome of the motion of no confidence into Boris Johnson. And I am hoping that Boris is removed from office because he's not fit to be Prime Minister of this great country. I'm giving my opinion now. You don't hear me give my opinion, do you? But yeah, I know I'm giving my opinion now. But Boris is not fit to lead this country. He has brought shame on the office of Prime Minister, and it's about time he did the right thing and fallen on his sword. And you have never heard StreetMic talk like this, have you?
Aye, this is a new StreetMic that we're hearing tonight. A man with a big opinion that is respected all over the country.
But
well
But you know something? I don't normally give my opinion. I'm objective. But today I'm saying Boris Johnson has brought shame on the country. He's brought shame on the office of Prime Minister, and he needs to fall on his sword.
Totally.
Big up StreetMic. This is going to be the longest 5 minutes ever. And as we look around, we can see the crowds are beginning to fall. Steve! And I've no doubt the music is going to be playing. And the music, Steve, 5 minutes to go, mate. See, all of the big boys now are turning up. And Steve is going to be playing some music. And big up, there is going to be a party atmosphere down here at College Green.
We need a party to celebrate. We need the champagne. Oh, sorry.
Listen, Boris had a party, so why can't we be having a party? We are the people. And I know this man's going to be blowing it. You're going to be blowing your horn, sir.
I'll be ringing my bell.
See, everyone is getting ready. So, so we are waiting for the announcement that Boris Johnson, well, we're hoping that he's going to be leaving, but who knows? She said she thought you were a fan.
I thought you were a fan. What, Boris? What, not when he's done what he's done, no way, Jose. Susie, what are you saying? Sorry? I don't think it's Trump. Trump will stay in. Trump.
I'll give you that.
Oh, yeah, okay, lovely. Great.
No problem.
Can I have that?
Yeah.
Did you do your interview?
Yes. Oh, we heard you.
See everyone, see the crowds are now beginning to form down here at College Greens because we know that in a few minutes' time an announcement will be made. I can use whatever word I need to use, sir. I don't need you to tell me what words to use.
StreetMic, can we take a picture of you?
I'm listening to it.
Oh, you're doing it good.
Steve is up.
Go on, watch it.
Oh, your timing is good.
Bye, Boris, Boris, bye, bye.
o'clock has set us free. I wish it could be. Having parted, you tried to spin it. Race the truth, you could never win it. Hear our plea to set us free. So bye bye Boris, Boris, goodbye. Bye bye Boris, no one will cry. You only got there cause you lied on Brexit. We left the EU, now it's you should exit. Gee, how good it could be for me. Wanna tell you that you just can't linger. Wave you goodbye with a middle finger. Here I plead to set us free. So bye bye Boris, Boris, goodbye. Bye bye Boris, no one will cry. Bye Boris, Boris, bye bye. Bye Boris, Boris, bye bye Boris. Bye
And it'll be good riddance to bad rubbish. Our Prime Minister, a liar, a cheat, a charlatan, and a fraudster. Hello, David. Mr. Lammy, over here. Yeah, moving. Corrupt Tories up.
Every one of those. Bloody microphone off on again. Right, eat this nice music.
Self-serving laws are destroying our nation.
For a party political broadcast on behalf of the Cheese and Nibbles Party.
Well, nobody knows where old Boris has gone. He disappears all the time. He could teach Houdini new tricks. He has more places to hide. But it's his party and he'll lie when he wants to. Lie if he wants to, and boy how he wants to. Well, you would lie too if you haven't a clue. He's avoiding all questions and blurring the lines. He sacked his press secretary. Simon Kerr has already failed before beginning the inquiry. And it's his party and he'll lie if he wants to. Lie if he wants to, and boy how he wants to. Well, you would lie too if you haven't a clue. The knives out are circling, backbenchers are primed. The media's making a fuss. If you think things cannot get worse, they've already mentioned Liz Truss. It's his party and he'll lie if he wants to. Lie if he wants to, and boy how he wants to. Well, you would lie too if you haven't a clue. Well, I cannot wait till he walks out that door and throws his towel in the wings. He can stick his wine and cheese up his arse along with his business meetings. But It's his party, he'll lie if he wants to. Lie if he wants to, boy, how he wants to. Well, you would lie too if you haven't a clue. Well, it's the party hailing Boris the liar. His prospects are dire, his pants are on fire. Well, you would lie too if you haven't a clue. Good night, Prime Minister.
I see Peter Bone. I'm sure it's...
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
What? What's the result? Hell, turn that one down.
359 cast, none spoilt. In favour. 211 in favour.
Boo! Boo!
148 against.
211, 148. Yeah, I heard.
They do have confidence.
Hang on.
So this is a great sign already.
So we've... Testing. So the announcement has just been given that Boris Johnson has survived the no confidence vote, and his MPs do have confidence in him. It was 211 to 149, I believe they said. So he has survived, but it's very slim. And let's wait and see what's going to be happening. We've got David Lammy, who's been interviewed at the moment by, I believe it's the BBC. But Boris has survived. His MPs do have confidence in him. And, you know, I was hoping that he would be deposed tonight, but that's not going to be happening. But what will happen is that we've now got a lame duck Prime Minister who will not be able to govern because something like 40% of his MPs have voted against him. That means there's now a massive split in the Tory party, and Boris will not be able to govern. So let's wait and see. And from Labour's point of view, from Keir Starmer's point of view, the next 3 months, 6 months is going to be amazing, because what has just happened has given the leadership of this country to, sir, you've just heard the result. So how are you feeling? If you look in the camera.
I'm really, really disappointed. I'm really, really disappointed, but I believe 150 Tories voted against Johnson.
And that's 40% nearly.
That's a huge number of people that don't have
yes.
confidence in Boris Johnson. And my placard says guilty as hell, and the other side says resign. And I think it's only a matter of time
that it happens.
He will be forced to resign.
Excellent stuff. That's normal. Thank you very much, sir. So what we're going to try and do now is I want to try and catch an interview with David Lammy, and David Lammy's currently boo, everyone's booing now.
They want truth seekers arrested. They rely on quelling the truth.
Go, 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 Boris. Boris to go, Boris to go. Go, go, Boris. Boris to go. You're a liar. You're a liability. Go, go. For God's sake, go.
So Boris has survived the motion of no confidence in him. But in doing so, there is now a big split in the Tory party because something like 40% of his MPs have voted against him. So
him out, then voted to get May out.
So, how are you feeling, sir, now that Boris has survived?
He hasn't really. Now what we see is a driving down into the floor of a once proud party. There is no coming back for the Tory party. No one will want that name after another year of this.
They're finished. They're finished.
But isn't that good?
Yes. Well,
they've got to go. They've got to go.
It's not healthy. Some people might say so, but the point is, in a proper politics,
but what other
you
choice
need
do we have?
competing ideas.
Yeah.
What you don't need is fascism, which is what they are.
Excellent. So, sir, step in front of the camera, Wendell Daniel from StreetMic. I'm currently live streaming. And don't look so shocked. Step forward, step forward, step forward. Whoa, Harlem, pull up, sir. So let me move my camera back slightly. So, how you feeling, boss? Hold on, let me try and get a quick interview with David Lammy. David Lammy. David, Wendell Daniel from StreetMic. Can I ask you a couple of questions, sir? Just 30 seconds. The BBC's not as important as StreetMic. So there's David Lammy. He's got an interview with the BBC. So there's Mr. Lammy. I tried. There's Steve. So that's... I tried.
It was a gallant effort.
I got to try to get my street...
I thought he was going to hit the I thought he was going to let you one.
So, sir,
No,
we're saying get away, man. It's about democracy, mate. How you feeling, sir?
Are you proud of your vote, Mr. Bone? Nazi Tories! Are you saying not a single one of your constituents told you to vote against Mr. Johnson? Corrupt, lying Tories! Get out of office! Thankfully, the right to protest still exists! Just! Mr. Bone, you're a national disgrace! Oi, it's public footpath. What is your message to your constituents who lost loved ones in the pandemic because of your ineptitude as a party?
Come.
Can't push you, it's public footpath.
Look, it's there.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like it's a death door.
Steve Bray for Prime Minister.
Peter Bone, you're a liar, a cheat, and a charlatan. You're a national disgrace, Mr. Bone. Leave him alone now, that's all.
Bowen is an arsehole.
Is he on the radio? Is he locked in?
You gone, yeah? I don't know.
See you Sunday. Let's go and get the...
Yeah.
I thought they locked him in there. No, he's got his lockdown.
So as we have heard, Boris has survived the motion of no confidence, and the country is now in turmoil because how can you govern when 40% of your own MPs have voted against you? And it depends on your point of view. That's potentially very good for the Labour Party because, you know, Keir Starmer and all his colleagues, they're now going to be rubbing their hands because Boris is a lame duck Prime Minister. But we're now coming to an end of this live stream on such an important day where Boris has survived, but Prime Ministers long term do not survive when something as monumental as this has occurred, and the next few weeks, few months of this saga, it's going to be really amazing. And thank you all for watching. I'm now going to be shutting down for now, but my name is Wendell Daniel from StreetMic, and we are coming to you live and direct from College Green in Westminster, where Boris the blonde bombshell, and let's see a minister who's just finished his interview. So let's see as he goes back, and then I can finish.
The nation destroyed for party profit and nothing else. They are traitors!
So we're now right at the end, and Steve Bray, if you know him, he's down there. And let's end with Steve Bray playing his usual song, The Lunatics, taking over. Steve, let me give you the last word because I'm now shutting down. Sir.
If you stand in front of it, you block the...
Yeah, that's no problem. So I'm now giving you the last word, Steve, as we're now closing. We've just discovered that Boris has survived. What do you have to say?
Well, look, Theresa May, I think there's 133 votes against, sorry. Boris Johnson has had far more. So, in theory, he's more damaged than Theresa May, and look how weak she became. It's the end of this government. It's a slow death, but it needs to go.
Steve, as normal, thank you very much, and I've no doubt I will see you on Wednesday. But as normal, thank you very much for engaging me, and it has been an amazing for me to be down here today, to see history in the making regardless of the outcome. It's not an outcome I wanted, and I must admit you don't...
It's not an outcome the country wants.
Yeah, I don't normally give my opinion, but Boris is a disgrace to this country. He has brought shame on the office of Prime Minister, and he needs to go.
Absolutely, 100%.
Thank you very much, Steve. See you on Wednesday, sir. Thanks a lot. We're now signing off for now, and we're coming to an end of this live stream.